Hello everybody, welcome. It's Nico from Unicorn Riot. We're here live at 38th in Chicago. Barricades have gone up. People are feeling threatened by possible police incursions and possible cars that have been driving around suspiciously. So people are guarding the perimeter. The barricades have gone up almost on every end of Chicago and 38th. You see down the street, that's the A for the arts. I think that's what it stands for. It's always up here on 38th in Chicago area. People are wheeling in more barricades to provide a hard blockade here on 38th in Chicago, so people can be protected. From my understanding yesterday, when the police came to this spot, they rolled up in like the civilian-looking trucks and just surprised everybody when they came out blasting at this spot here. Behind me at the vigil site for George Floyd. We're here in Minneapolis again. As I know, things are just getting heated up across the United States, and people are at DC. They're in DC by the White House, and America might be in the middle of a historic moment. America is in the middle of this historic moment here. We see more barricades being brought up. The community here has provided a lot of support for each other, and they're looking out for each other now. There's the site right in the background. You see beyond the barricade of where George Floyd was killed. We'll bring you through some of the barricades that have gone up. You all haven't missed anything really if you're just tuning in, since we had gone down. So again, we were up a little bit earlier for maybe quite a few hours, and we were bringing some voices of the community and seeing what the community was talking about. Everything is peaceful up here. People were just talking. Some speeches were being had every now and then with the megaphone. People are gathered. A somber sort of atmosphere at the site of George Floyd's death. We're 4 hours past the curfew, and I've heard, what up? How you doing?
What's up, Unicorn?
Yep.
Hey, thank you so much for all your shit that you've been doing this whole time. That's fucking awesome.
What's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel?
We've
What's
been
your
fucking
name?
following you all that.
Yeah, we've been following you this whole
For
time.
days.
Awesome.
Days.
Appreciate that.
Killing it.
Thanks.
Stay safe.
Thanks.
We get worried about you.
Aw, thank you.
We
Appreciate
do.
that.
It's concerning.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Stay safe.
Thanks.
Thanks for being out here, though.
Thanks.
It's really important.
We got fireworks going up. Sorry I missed them. Thanks for the love, you all.
Yeah, thank you, Nico. Stay safe.
So George Floyd was killed right up here. People are protecting the site and taking the space. Earlier today, Chief Arredondo and and the Chief of Staff, I think is what he is now. What he is, let me see. The Chief of Staff, Deputy Chief, Art Knight. You know, he's a very top-ranking officer in the Minneapolis Police Department. Him and the other toppest-ranking, the Minneapolis Police Chief Arredondo. They came up to this spot tonight, this evening. They spoke with folks before the curfew. Actually, Arredondo prayed and took a knee and prayed by the roses for quite a while. After he did that, we interviewed him and Arthur Knight about a variety of things. One thing that we did ask Chief Art Knight, Deputy Chief, was last night the police made an incursion into this sacred space. It's called the sacred space for the community to heal, and it's called the sacred space for a reason, because another man has lost his life here, and because of that, people feel that it's disrespectful when other, authority or other power structures that are responsible for such the somberness are actually going to come over and disrespect the site by driving their vehicles over the flowers, which they did last night. And so people were not really happy with that and that predicament that happened. And a lot of the community was very upset, felt very disrespected once again. And so we asked Chief Knight, Deputy Chief Knight, that is there any verification that this won't happen again? And he said that he would talk to John Arrington, the Deputy Chief of Public Safety, Department of Public Safety head, John Harrington. And John Harrington, he would try to tell him to respect the sacred space. And so we'll see if the police come up this way. We don't know if they will, they may. We know that there is quite a few people getting arrested or who have been arrested in a few times, in a few places throughout Minneapolis and St. Paul. No, I don't right now. Sorry. So we'll bring you to the other barricades. This is the middle of the street. See ya. There's a barricade up here. Y'all want to talk? We got anti-fascist flag being flown. What brings you all out here flying the anti-fascist flag?
We are just trying to keep people safe. We are not white supremacists, and we are just here to oppose fascism. That's all Antifa really means, is that it's an opposition to fascism. Additionally, it's not an organization. It is pretty much the antithesis of an organization. It's just anyone that doesn't believe in fascism. And we're here trying to support the barricades that are going up and trying to keep people safe while we're trapped here, because we're literally basically trapped. It's wild. That's basically it, man. Do you want to say anything, Fox?
Fuck 12.
Yeah, fuck 12.
Yeah. That's all I have to say.
All right. So, did Trump declared Antifa, or the AG declared?
I heard, yeah.
Antifa a terrorist organization?
Yeah,
which is like you said,
bullshit.
it's not an organization.
Nah, and also I'm too disabled for that shit. I can't riot or burn anything. I'm stuck in this car. There are a bunch of different kind of people in Antifa. It's just everyone. We're not the ones that are burning. Also, is that a fire or tear gas?
I think it's a fire.
Okay, cool.
I think it's a barricade going up or something.
Cool. All right.
We'll go check it out in a second.
Yeah, cool. That's basically it.
Yeah, so right now also people are outside of D.C., outside of the Trump's house.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, and this is, it's just interesting where he had to hit the bunker for the first time since 2011?
Right.
Or 2001?
Right. Yeah, it's wonderful. That's great. To me, that's great, but that's just because, fuck Trump. Yeah, scare that motherfucker. Yeah.
Okay, to bring more context real quick,
Yeah.
there is this weird narration going on with white supremacy, equating that with Antifa,
Right.
or also just saying that both are just whatever,
Too
connected
radical,
or
yeah,
doing
yeah.
and trying to separate and all these other things. What is your thoughts around the narrative going
Well, it's
on?
bullshit. We're the ones out here that are trying to stop that from happening. We're anti-cop, we're anti-right-wing. So no, none of that you bullshit. Yeah, we're radical, I suppose, but it's a entirely different theory behind it. We're radical in the other direction.
Word.
Yeah.
Word, yeah. All right, is there anything else you all want to say?
Anybody?
Hey, you want to say anything?
This is the dude that got hit in the face with a fucking grenade the first day. That's Corey.
Wow, I'm zooming in on you. Wow. How are you feeling right now after it?
It's pretty fine. Feels like I just got a bunch of crust just stuck there, and I guess I kind of do. So, that kind of sucks, but other than that, feeling pretty good. Pretty good. Not too
It
shabby.
was a marker round?
Yeah, we think so.
Well, a
we
marker
don't
round
quite
the
know.
first time on his shoulder. And
Yeah, I got one.
And then the second one was
Right
an
there.
actual tear gas grenade.
I guess like get rid of my stupid hair right there. I don't know how it looks right now, honestly.
It looks like a wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
I got a big ass
Typical
bruise on
Tuesday.
his thigh from the rebound from it too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That one I want.
Wow. Okay, well, thanks for all talking. Anything else you want to say?
Nah.
Being here.
Wait, thank
Thanks
you.
for being here. You,
For sure.
Seriously, y'all are so valuable. It's telling us where we need to be and telling us what's up, and it makes a real difference.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
A lot better than
Peace, peace.
mainstream media.
Oh, wait, what'd you say?
I was going to say a lot better than mainstream media will ever be able to cover.
Right.
And we need that. We need that because mainstream media has been pushing out bullshit for way too long, right into everybody's just craniums, and it's just toxic. And we need people like you to tell the different story,
Yeah.
the truth.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check out this blockade. Looks like there's some people having discussions over here. There's a barricade right here.
Ain't nothing been burnt up. I need to be able to shoot straight. Ain't burning up shit.
That's one barricade. And we'll show you the other barricades. I'm seeing two of them. Again, people were getting tense up here because there was like weird looking semi-tech trucks and other type of vehicles that were rolling close to the area. And then people started to fortify and blockade 38th and Chicago so that therefore they could feel more safe. And we got perimeter, we see perimeter security now popping up. And the perimeter security consists of cars, other barricades, and they're all the way down at the end on 39th, stopping the traffic from entering that block.
Nico,
Hey, how you doing?
Jacqueline. Go to my house and at my classes. And
Oh yeah, good to see you again. Yeah.
How are you?
Wow, good, good.
I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been following you the whole time.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing?
All right, we're live right now.
Oh, well,
You want to talk?
sure.
Do you want me to ask you questions, or you just
That
want
might
to
be
go?
helpful.
Okay. Yeah. You live around here, don't you?
I live, right on the block. The day that he was murdered, I was at the shop a couple hours later, and there was nothing different, and I found that really upsetting. It wasn't until the next morning that things were upset, and I found it really disconcerting that I was there just a couple hours later, and it was like business as usual. So I'm just really grateful for whoever took that video, and that people are watching it. And I just want to also say that I'm really proud of this community. I've lived here 3 years now, and this intersection is sacred, like you've been saying on the live stream, and I'm really grateful that it's happening, and it's been treated with plenty of respect. This whole day, I've had hundreds of people walk by my sidewalk, and everyone stops and they're carrying signs or masks or flowers. And I feel like the city's on fire, but this place in particular is really sacred. I'm glad people are here, and I'm glad you're here. And donate to Unicorn Riot because they're nonprofit and they're independent media, and they're one of the best sources we have in this community and many other communities. And they depend on our donations, and I don't make a lot of money, but this is where my money goes. And so if you can, please do, because I've met with these guys and they are for real, and I really believe in what they do. So I'm going to let you keep doing what you're doing to talk to the community members, but the fact that this camera is turned on the community and not just the people that we see speak at these events all the time says a lot. It's invaluable, and I just have so much respect for what you guys do.
Man, that's love. Appreciate that.
I really love you guys.
Thank you. That means
I really
a
do.
lot. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Can I ask you one question real quick?
Of course.
Your community, this community right here that you've been in for 3 years, What do you hope to see out of the end of this? That there's uprisings that happen.
Divestment. I've been participating in the protests in Minneapolis for about 8 years now, but I haven't seen divestment. And I'm wondering if this is an opportunity. I know that the school district is talking about divesting about $1 million with the MPD, and I think that that's a really valuable outcome that we might be able to have and leverage our national coverage. But if we could just divest, that would mean a lot to me and my community.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if they can't get hired elsewhere.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks for the love. We got first aid medics. They have the sign right here.
I was thinking of guys like fucking gunning it.
I haven't stopped at a red light for fucking
This person's cleaning up the block. So again, like we've seen consistently, the community is taking care of itself. The police haven't been responding to anything these last few days, and the people are loving it, actually. Like, their life is better, they say. I've heard that multiple times by the community, that they do not want the police in their community, they do not need the police in their community, and that they can police themselves, whatever that means. Maybe it doesn't mean the police, that they can be safe themselves, that they can live without the idea of the police. And so that is where we come to here. It's been a quick realization over these last few days that people are growing community, feeling the love with each other, looking out for each other, and also seeking justice, creating a movement to make a change. The white supremacy and police killings and police terror is a consistent theme that people are living with too long. Too long. Speak at all? Huh? You want to speak at all? I'm live streaming. Unicorn Riot. We're an independent media organization.
From where?
Here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. We're standing in front of this beautiful mural, but it's also a very troubling mural because George Floyd was taken. You want to talk about that?
It's just disappointing to know that we in 2020 and we still got police killing our people, man. It's messed up. And then unfortunately, like, it's the reality we live in. And look, we got all these people that believe in the same thing I believe in, obviously, because they're all here this late. I've been protesting since the first day it happened, so, it's unfortunate.
You've been out here for every day then?
Every single day.
Can you talk about the atmosphere the first few days, and then even now with the police being such the force here?
Well, one thing I must for sure say that I feel like everyone has came together before. I've never seen so many different types of people come together before and like be so kind to each other, and I never felt more safer. The media makes it seem like it's going crazy and it's firing and everything. The city is so dangerous. Even my family, I live in the suburbs, so they think that it's so dangerous and stuff. I'm like, dude, I feel more safe than I ever have, especially at nighttime. And everyone's sticking together, so definitely that. But the police and what they're doing, I understand why they're doing it. I don't agree with it, but I see what they're trying to do, and I don't know. I don't really have much to say about that, to be honest.
Yeah. In the end of this, if it ends, where it goes, where would you like it to go?
As in, what do you mean by that?
This being the uprising, that's now reached across the nation,
right.
But it started here.
There needs to be an act, there needs to be a bill, but as long as Donald Trump's president, I doubt this is going to happen. I think the first step is who we have as a leader, is someone we would go to, because he's coming at all the protesters saying, you guys are thugs, criminals, whatever. One of the KKK rally in Virginia or whatever, he was calling them good people and all that stuff, so I don't understand how that happens, but you know what I mean, it's weird to me, so we gotta get rid of him first before we see any change, in my opinion. But hopefully it's all the riots and all the fires, unfortunately, it's going to make a message everywhere, especially the precinct since they got fire.
So I've heard people say they don't want all of this to go in vain, meaning like this can't be for nothing. At the end, when does this re-evolve into something new? What does that look like to you? What is the best way to re-evolve into something new?
I think the best way to re-evolve something new is to hold who did this accountable. That's the first thing to do. And I really do feel like, honestly, everything's gonna be different. I doubt that police, like, once this happens again, if people are killing our people again, this is gonna happen again. Now I feel like since now this has been the craziest thing. Even when Philando got killed, nothing that happened. No one was riding like this. But now that it happened,
Next one for you, bro.
I feel like next time it's gonna be crazy.
It's solo. This for my family back home, man.
Real quick, so there was a police killing with a white woman named Justine Demond last year. Yeah, and Muhammad Noor was charged, was convicted.
Immediately.
Yeah, why do you think that happened?
Obviously, it's the color of his skin, and they know the white people are hurt. If when their people are killed, they'll hold on to investigations. Even when you watch TV, you'll hear about an investigation, a killer that happened 20, 30 years ago. They finally find out who the killer was or something like that. But obviously, there's always one of the killed, one of the victims white. I never hear about black people, of color, them finishing an investigation. So obviously, when it comes to their skin color, they go all out.
Any last words you want to say?
Everybody be safe in Minneapolis. God bless you. That's all I got to say.
Thanks, man. I'm Nico. Give me my card.
Nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to follow you on Instagram.
Yeah. I don't think it's on there. It might be. If it's not, it's unicorn.riot. All right, first.
Get us in there. Yes. Get my face and everything. Them too. We running this.
You want to talk?
Down.
You want to talk? Why are you holding this barricade down?
Because we know they're trying to come over here and try to do another destroy. We're going to hold this down. They got an army, we got our own army. It don't matter. They want to call this the United States. It's not the United States. We're not with the system. We are showing them how united we can actually be. So as of that, we're going to be careful and be aware. And to be aware is to be alive. So be careful out here. In every state, for real. And be well protected. And that's all I got to say. Now I'm going to have to watch out for everybody.
Appreciate you.
That's my soul. Y'all heard?
So you hear the barricade being reinforced by the perimeter security right here. People are protecting their community. They're protecting the community from the army is what you heard. A lot of people are fearful of the police rolling through and ready. If they're not fearful, they're ready of the police rolling through. What'd you paint?
I've done all of the projects here. I've done the bubbles.
Can I show you on the video?
Oh, I would love some, but we've never been on the national news, and it's collaborative art every day. My voice has gone from the tear gas. My daughter passed away 6 days ago, same time as George.
so sorry to hear that.
It's okay because we've been celebrating together here, all together. Because my family can't come because they're in North Dakota and there's COVID, riots, and they're scared. So I came here by myself. And the next day I brought 8 cans of paint and just threw brushes on the ground and it exploded. I didn't have to say, express your feelings. They just went nuts. And then the third day I came, they had like driven through it, all of our painting, and just like made it look disappeared. So I don't have any money, so I went to the Baha'i Religious Center. I'm like, they want to donate flowers, right? So I steal all their flowers out of their garden. Because I
Wait, we are live right now.
It's okay.
Okay.
They love me.
Okay.
It's a grocery cart, and I just pull these lilacs out, and I didn't take them all. But I bring them back, grocery cart. And me and all these girls will make a circle, like a mandala. And this one girl says, gosh, I wish we had more flowers. And this person behind us says, we're looking for you. And we're like, what? She goes, we're from St. Cloud Forest, and we've organized all of Minnesota. And they brought 2 carloads of flowers right when we were creating a massive piece of art.
Wow.
So we did the mandala and then the shrine for...
So those were donated by St. Cloud Farm?
Not St. Cloud.
Okay.
All families from across North Dakota brought them to St. Cloud. St. Cloud drove them in 2 cars here right when we decided to just spontaneously make a flower mandala.
So all of those flowers are from North Dakota? People who...
Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Central Minnesota.
Okay, Central Minnesota. Gotcha.
St. Cloud.
Okay, wow. That is quite amazing.
And then it was an army of people wanted to, it's like I was passing communion, so I take out the rose and rip it off and give it to them and toss it on the memorial. And today I just only had white and red, and I just took the white and red.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then I just said, what do you want to say? And so people would say what they want to say.
What up? How you doing? What up? I'm Nico. You all want to talk in a minute? All right. All right. Word. So yeah, I'll catch up with y'all.
I do the bubbles, those shine bubbles.
Yeah, you were doing bubbles. Yep. Yeah, you've been out here all day doing your thing. All right.
Bringing light. People gotta have that power in them, and art connects instantaneously. It's bad.
Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for sharing about where they came from.
Yeah, so sweet.
Yeah, you can say your name or any art.
Danielle Kiefer.
Cool.
Yeah, and thank you, St. Cloud, and all of Minnesota. We love you, and your hearts are with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bless you for your daughter. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We're celebrating.
Sending you love. Y'all want to talk it out? Y'all want to talk it out? Yeah?
Oh, shit, I do. I got him.
So what brought you out here?
You feel me, Danny? What's this about?
Man, we came out here for the hood, man. We came to show, man, that we don't want our grandkids. We don't want our even own kids. We don't even want them here, man.
Oh God, they killing everybody out here.
All the white people, they still racist. They thought it ended in 1954 in the Declaration, but it didn't. It didn't. We still had 3 motherfucking marches. We had 3 marches since then. The Middleman March. We had all types of marches, but no. They just still can't see it. Ain't nothing happening. So we here today to show them that we ain't scared. We here.
And we finna defend this bitch too. If they run 12 come here, we finna hit them in the head.
We all got guns. This ain't the 60s or the 70s where they had the upper on us, you know? And all we want to say is, look, we get pulled over for blunts, traffic, and we go right to jail to court. He got to kill a person and go home. And look, truthfully, and they said he was fired. That was a smoke screen. Because they wouldn't have been surrounding his house if he wasn't on paid relief. And now you want to say, oh, now he charged. And why you ain't showing on the motherfucking news like everybody else when they going to jail? Why we couldn't see that shit? Motherfuckers would have calmed down. But they're lying. They put him in PC somewhere and hit him. So, you feel me? Come on, man.
I hear you. Yeah. When it comes to police officers in general on this block, how does
just period in certain areas, it's just brutality. Like I said, they fucked my tooth up, everything, bro, and took me to the county, bro, with my tooth stuck through my lip. And the doctor at the county said, we can't do this, you gotta go down here. I wake up, change to the bed. And when I ain't do shit, I was in handcuffs. That's why I couldn't stop myself. Because they put me in handcuffs, but you still something. Come on. Like I said, I ain't no racist, bro. But police brutality, if you ain't never been through it, you say your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand you don't like this shit, but this is the only way we gonna make this shit happen, man.
Yo, did y'all see the pictures of the White House right now? What does that make you feel? We're in the middle of literally a possible revolution happening. And it started right here happening. George Floyd's car was parked right here. How's that making you all feel?
We had a Million Man March. Protest, no violence, nigga. And this shit still ain't stopped. Now, y'all got, it's gonna stop now. Like I said, my grandkids won't get killed like this, bro. Tell them to bring this shit on YouTube.
MC Kappa, man, you already know, man.
Coming over here to see what's going on.
Who's starting that shit? Who's starting these fucking fires?
Nobody's starting the fire. They're getting real out.
So it looks like I'm scared.
Calm down. Fuck la migra, fuck the police, bro.
No violence. Y'all going against the grain.
Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. They need to go. They need to go. Who is that? They need to go. They doing that to you. What he say? Hey, go talk to him.
So people are like trying to get that person out of here. I'm not fully convinced he was somebody who was trying to do any harm. I'm not trying to film what's happening, but it's just the moment right here is like it's a paranoia. It's a very deep paranoia because people are scared as to is it a white supremacist coming to shoot up because is it police coming or whatever else. And so unfortunately there's right now they're protecting him. There's a bunch of folks that are protecting him. There's a bunch of people that are protecting him, trying to stop people from doing stuff. And now they're going to usher him out. Again, I don't have any proof that he did anything. He might have started a fire. There's not specific proof of anything.
Let him go! Let him out of here! Get him out of here!
My grandkids, this shit won't happen to my grandkids, nigga. Facts, nigga.
Just let him go, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, let him go, yeah, I don't know. what they doing, man. I ain't tripping up, I ain't in there.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't get that. I don't get what they're doing with that.
I'm waiting on them to pull up.
Yeah, you worried about the fuzz, huh? Yeah.
I don't got no time for this.
Who's that?
Don't try to start fires over here.
Oh, so yeah, I guess he was trying to start a fire at a blockade, and that's what happened. People said no fires here. They don't want to protect their houses and their communities. People are scared the gas station will blow up.
Break in the back door again.
Oh, he's trying to break in the door?
He was trying to break in the door and then try to see the black people break in, the African American us. What the fuck?
Okay.
Think about it, bro.
And then he tried to reach for a fucking
think about
a drill.
Social media is saying
a power drill to try to defend himself.
Social media is saying African Americans are breaking into things and burning things, but really it's not us. Like, what the fuck? He's kind of wanted to act.
Yeah, he was trying to break into the speedway, and everyone's just trying to get him out of here, but it's being blown way out of proportion. He was breaking in with bolt cutters, and they stopped him in the act, but there's too many cooks in the kitchen trying to be leaders, and I feel like they're blowing this way out of proportion. They're trying to get the problem out, and I feel like everyone should just go back and stop getting separated and distracted.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So the speedway is right behind the right
you
behind.
Tried to get in. You see that the dumpster on the left there by the wall, the gray wall?
Yep.
See that door on the speedway right there? He was trying to break in right there.
Okay.
And there was a small fire starting, but it looked like a grill that got tipped over in the commotion.
Oh, got that makes sense. Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Safe?
Appreciate that context. We heard from somebody who saw it. He was trying to break into the speedway. People weren't trying to have that. He also said that dude, to protect himself, pulled out a screwdriver, and which I was sort of agreeing with in the other sense that he was saying was that people should stop focusing on that and start focusing on the fuller picture. It didn't seem like he was like a white supremacist or nothing like that. And so the medics seem to have also be in the position to help him. Yes, that's a portrait of Angela Davis. How you doing, sir? You want to talk at all? I'm live streaming.
Huh?
How are you doing? Would you like to talk at all? I'm live streaming right now.
Well, what is there to talk about?
Can I film you?
Yeah, you go ahead. What is there to talk about?
Right behind you, we're standing in front of a mural, and there's a lot of flowers. There's also this commotion. There's a few things to talk about. It's really up to you if you would want to talk about anything.
Let's talk about this incident right now.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. What happened? You see that guy right there? The white guy?
Yeah.
They think he's an agitator.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't know what he was doing. He had a backpack or something. I don't know if he's part of the community or whatnot, or he's trying to join. But the situation on that, if somebody that saw something as he was doing something, then he must have known, or that person must have known that he's trying to start some things. Because as of right now, we are being watched. I don't know what time you got.
12:37.
Well, it's 12:37. All right. So I came here to pay my respects. You know, but the thing about it at this incident, I don't know what's going on, if he's an agitator or not, but it seems to me that he was, to me. I don't think he belongs in this community. If he's not in this community, then he deserves what he got. So, I mean, it's only fair.
Thank you for sharing that. Now you came up here to pay your respects. What does this scene mean to you? It's a very somber sight to see, but it's also like beautiful with flowers, but it's a bad beautiful. And if you ask me, what is your thoughts around this?
Bad beautiful. Define bad beautiful.
A bad beautiful meaning it's a beautiful sight to see flowers off of a bad occasion, a horrible occasion, a death, a murder, more police terror. Within that police terror, it's pain. And
well, for one thing, this is like the Prince Memorial. All right, when Prince died, same thing with Prince got. All right. Yes, we love the brother. All right, this is all love from all different types of races, except for the KKK and or there was somebody that's white supremacist or whatnot. Other than that, this is what it means. We're making a stand. This is what we're trying to do. This is just how we communicate. Black Lives Matter. That could be me. That could be me. That could be you. This why what George was doing, because he was stopped and they took him out of the car and had him sit down or whatnot. Come on, really? The man came here to
be safe.
Thank you. You too.
The man came here just to straighten up his life. Have a clean thing going on. But it's not.
And we love their conviction.
Yeah.
Well, he's speaking.
Yeah. No. I'm pretty sure he was from the community. I heard him talking about being from the community. I'll go see if I. Huh? Yeah. I'll go see if I can talk to him and see if I can find him. I don't even know if that's worth to talk to, but yeah. Yeah. You okay, man?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
All right. That's dude right here. He's walking back in. And now there's some more action going on. There's people.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. He don't know no better though. Enjoy yourself. Remember your act though.
Whoever wants to give me, whoever hit me with tight.
We're gonna take the stream down for a little bit. We'll come back up when it's pertinent. I'd rather not film all of this infighting right now. It's gonna be back cool in a little bit, and we'll be back up. Away team, please bring the stream down. This is Nico from Unicorn Riot. Check out our media at unicornriot.ninja.
Knock this shit out, man. It ain't even worth it no more. No motherfuckers.